Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. I am so delighted to be here today. I want to say I'm grateful for the opportunity to be standing in front of you guys. But today we're going to talk about something very, very serious. And as you can see on the screen, it's character development. Most of you here are here because some of you wanted to join the football team because you wanted to make a lot of money. Some of you joined the football team because that was your childhood dream. Some of you joined the football team because you want to become the best athlete in your field. But I'll tell you, there's a difference between an athlete with character and an athlete with no character. The athlete with character understands that I, as a person, besides who I am in the field, I need to carry myself in a certain way. I need to talk in a certain way. I need to relate to my fellow athletes in a certain way. I need to put myself in a position when I hold myself accountable. The athlete that just want to be an athlete, they don't care about who they are in the field. They don't care about who they are outside the field. They don't care who they are on social media. They don't care. And character is the reason why most of you are either going to make it to becoming one of the greatest players in the world, or some of you, character, or rather lack of character, it's a reason why some of you are not going to make it. I want to say this, and I want to say this emphasizing that you get to decide how far you want to go. You get to decide how great you want to be. You get to decide who you are remembered and how you're remembered. Your choice every day. Everybody here is earning good money. Everybody here is looking at themselves in the mirror every morning and saying, I made it. But some of you, that's where it ends. You joined the team because you wanted to make money. Now you've made it. What's next? You wanted to join a football team so that you can tell people you got off the hood. Now you're here. What's next after this? That's a question each and every person needs to ask themselves. That's a question each and every person asks themselves. We are going to be faced by adversity. We are going to be faced by issues of life. We are going to be faced by the pressure of the other teams. The question is, who are we besides an athlete? So today I want to talk to you about character. I want you to think about it like this. Who am I after the millions? Who am I after the trophies? Who am I after the thousands or millions of followers on Instagram? Who am I? Now let's go back and talk about the athlete who has character. The athlete who has character understands that I need to respect myself enough to carry myself in a certain way. In public, even while playing in the field. An athlete who has character tells themselves that I am not just an athlete. I'm an athlete who people look up to. I'm an athlete who influences people by the way I carry myself. That's an athlete who has straight up character. Meaning what? Besides the accolades, besides the money, besides who people think I am online, this is actually who I am when all said and done. The athlete who doesn't have character, they don't care. They post foolishness. They eat whatever they want. They don't care the day of the game. They just want to play so that they can be seen And then after that, they go do something stupid, they get caught in a mess, and after that, they get cut. So, guys, it does not end here. You, every single day, you make up your mind how you want to be remembered, how you are influencing others, what you do with the money you get paid. Because it's the quote that says this: football is just not football. NFL is just not playing in the big leagues. The NFL also can stand for not for long. Not for long. Some of you here probably going to get traded to another team. Some of you guys here are either going to be the best and get yourself in a position to become one of the greatest of all time, helping your team make it to the football biggest championship, which is Super Bowl. And you'll be remembered for your hard work. You'll be remembered for your integrity. You'll be remembered for the greatest things that an athlete can be remembered for. Some of you gonna get traded. Some of you gonna get cut. Some of you, an injury will happen. Some of you are not gonna make it. And that's why it goes back to this. 2 athletes playing in the same team, but one has a diluted character, doesn't want to show up when things get hard, doesn't want to face adversity, doesn't want to fight, doesn't want to push, doesn't want to believe that outside of the football team, this is who I am. I carry myself with the respect. And they want to lose it all. Because all they wanted was to make it here. All they wanted was to make the big money. All they wanted is to be seen in the big screen. All they wanted was nothing but just to get here. There's a guy who's sitting here, saying, yes, I made it to the NFL. Yes, I work hard. Yes, I'm going to continue doing what I need to do to become the best against all my fellow athletes. Yes, I'm going to make sure that I'm doing whatever it needs to be done to make it and win that championship for my team. And above all things, I'm going to carry myself with integrity. I'll carry myself with respect. The way I speak to coach, the way I speak to my fellow athletes, I'll make sure that I'm working harder than I'm expected. Which of you is willing to put the work? Which of you is willing, behind closed doors, to carry themselves with integrity? Inky Johnson said, when he worked so hard to get to the NFL and he played for the Tennessee, he saw guys who got there and all they did was talk about winning. They never put in the work. He saw guys just got there and now they're looking towards getting the contract and they just chill. He was a few games away from making it to the National Football League. And it was all taken away in a split second because of an injury. You guys are here. You made it. But the question is, how far are you willing to go? How far are you willing to go? How good are you willing to become? How great are you willing to push? I challenge you. Become not just an athlete, but become an athlete with character. Become an athlete that works hard. Become an athlete that carries himself with integrity. Become an athlete that just don't want to play to be seen in the big screen, to be all over ESPN. Become an athlete that wants to be remembered as humble, hardworking, honest, and was willing to do whatever it takes to help his team win all the trophies they could have won. So today, as we talk and as we speak about character development, I want you guys to leave this room and ask yourself, what am I going to do with my mindset? What am I going to do with my work ethic? What am I going to do with my career? Because you're not going to be in this for long, brothers. I don't care if it's 2 seasons, 3 seasons, whatever. You're not going to be here forever. Everybody gets to a point in their career and they have to walk away from the game. But while you are in the game, who are you willing to be? How do you want to be remembered? What's your legacy? Apart from the accolades, apart from the money, apart from the social media following, how do you want to be remembered? Are you going to become a person of influence in the right way? Are you going to leave an impact? And we post you all over this place, not because of how many trophies you won, but how many people you inspired with your character, with your integrity, with your honesty, with your work ethic. You get to decide. So I hope in the next 30 minutes, as we speak, I want you to ask yourself, what am I lacking? What are the areas of my life I need to improve? What are the areas of my life I need to become better? What are the areas of my life I need to improve and push forward? And ask yourself again, what are the areas of my life that I'm doing good, but I know I can do better? I can become great. I can make an impact even more and far. Because after all said and done, we do this just not for the money. We do this for legacy. We do this to inspire others, to tell them that whatever they're working for, they can also accomplish it.